Hey explorers, today we're diving into one of America's most fascinating stories, our abandoned cities. These aren't just empty buildings and quiet streets, they're chapters of American history frozen in time. Let's uncover why these places were left behind and what their future might hold. You might be surprised to learn that there are over 1.5 million abandoned properties across the United States. Each one tells a story of hope, struggle, and change. But what turns a thriving city into a ghost town? Let's break it down. Our first stop is the Rust Belt, where some of America's most dramatic urban decline stories unfold. Cities like Detroit, Michigan, Gary, Indiana, and parts of Buffalo, New York, were once the beating heart of American industry. These weren't just cities. They were symbols of American prosperity. But when manufacturing jobs started disappearing in the 1970s and 80s, these cities took massive hits. Factories closed, workers left, and what remained were shadows of their former glory. It's estimated that some of these cities lost up to 60% of their peak population. But here's something interesting. Detroit is actually showing signs of revival. The tech scene is booming in this historically significant city with new investments and a recent population boost. It's proof that even the most challenged cities can find new life. Next, let's head west to places like Bodie, California. This isn't just any ghost town. It's one of America's most famous abandoned cities. During the gold rush, Bodie was home to 10,000 people. Today, it's a perfectly preserved slice of the past, maintained as a state historic park. But Bodie isn't alone. Across the American West, hundreds of mining towns share similar stories. They boomed when resources were plentiful, then went bust when those resources ran dry. Sometimes, nature forces people to abandon their homes. Take Centralia, Pennsylvania, perhaps America's most recent ghost town. What happened here is almost unbelievable. An underground coal fire has been burning since 1962, and it's still burning today. By 2020, the last residents finally had to leave. The ground literally smokes here. Streets crack open. It's like something out of a post-apocalyptic movie, except it's real. Now here's where things get really interesting and concerning. Recent research suggests that by 2100, nearly half of America's 30,000 cities could face significant population decline. We're not just talking about small towns. Major cities like Cleveland, Buffalo, and Pittsburgh could see their populations drop by 12 to 23%. But it's not all doom and gloom. Across America, creative solutions are emerging. Historic preservation projects are turning ghost towns into tourist attractions. Tech companies are moving into old industrial spaces. Urban farming is taking over vacant lots, and artists are transforming abandoned buildings into cultural centers. Take Manitowoc, Wisconsin, where they're turning an old contaminated factory site into 59 new housing units. Or look at New York City's Kingsbridge Armory, long abandoned, but now getting a second life through major development projects. Here's what makes these abandoned places so fascinating. They're not just reminders of what we've lost. They're opportunities for what we might create. Every abandoned building is a blank canvas. Every empty street is a chance to reimagine what a city can be. As we wrap up our journey through America's abandoned cities, remember this: cities don't die, they transform. Whether that transformation leads to revival or remains as a historic reminder depends on us, on innovation, on community, and sometimes just on giving these places a second chance. If you've enjoyed this exploration of America's lost cities, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever visited an abandoned town? What was your experience like? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, keep exploring.